Okay, so welcome, Sharon. Thank you so much for coming along and having a chat with me today
Thank you, Sarah.
your beautiful work and what we're going to talk about today is how Sharon has evolved from a therapist, and we've spoken about this. If you look at the things that I share with you, generally, we speak about the difference between the therapist model and the model of more of a spiritual entrepreneur, as someone who's looking at business from a more feminine, sustainable perspective. And Sharon's going to share a little bit about her journey, because Sharon's a really experienced, wise soul with a beautiful business. And we're going to be talking about rhythms and cycles of our planet and how businesses are beautifully love to sit alongside those. So Sharon, thank you again for joining me. Would you share with everybody about yourself and what you do?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Sarah, for this chance to come and join in. So to talk about myself, I began working as a therapist in the traditional model back in the mid-90s, 1995. I started a practice up as an aromatherapist, reflexologist. I found a very nice place to work within a chiropractic clinic. I had a great support team around, secretary, everything. And I very quickly, well, not quickly, it took about 3 years to build up a very strong, solid practice where I was seeing quite a lot of clients, between 30 and 40 clients a week, which is quite a lot. Doing mostly massage and reflexology, and over time bringing in some more flower remedies over time. But on the outside, that looked like I had a very successful business, seeing all these clients. I was also a lecturer, training people in aromatherapy and reflexology as well. Very busy practice, very successful looking business. But actually, inside, I wasn't doing very well, because I had developed a fantastic capacity to care for others and to help them through their issues. Physical issues and then more emotional issues, but I really didn't know how to take care of myself. And 9 years into my practice, it dawned on me that I hadn't had a holiday. My holidays were going on courses to learn more about how to help my clients, but I had never really taken any proper time out for myself. And I remember one day I was looking at my clinic list. I had a full clinic, and rather than feeling really optimistic, full of joy as I'd been doing, my heart sank. Because I was like, well, what about me? Who's going to take care of me at the end of the day? And I looked around and I didn't have no support in place for that. So I took the decision, because I'd worked so hard to support these people and be of amazing service to my clients, I couldn't be in integrity with them by carrying on working. Okay, if I wasn't looking after myself, what was I doing telling other people how to look after themselves? And because I was on such a busy roller coaster with my work, and I had a waiting list of months and everything, I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know how to slow down, rather. I couldn't slow down. Something inside me said, Sharon, you've got to stop. So I did. I listened to that voice, and I remember my secretary wrote out an email, a letter. It was before emails. We sent out 800 letters to clients, and I handpicked a group of therapists to take over from me, because I didn't want to leave my wonderful clients high and dry. So I handpicked, but I realized there was no one person that could take over. It was a job of 2 people I'd been doing for 6 years. I hadn't even realized. So I found 2 people, took over, and then just basically took time away to calm down. And in that time, the following year, my sister died, and then my brother died, and then there was a long journey of grief. So what I realized now was I had about 9 years of being very active and looking after other people. And then because I burnt myself out, I had to take so much time off to repair my own system. And then when I was able to come back into the practice, into the workplace again, into my healing business, I didn't really have the tools. I couldn't do it the old way, because my system needed more. And that's when I found your program. So through working through the processes, I began to, because I've always loved nature. I'm a nature advocate. I work with nature, but I hadn't fully appreciated how aligning with nature was going to help me regenerate and rejuvenate. So that's what I've learned through the process. And now, since I've been working with you and within the lovely energy of the group, I'm able to pour all of those skills into a different way. I'm able to help people in a different way that doesn't deplete me, but absolutely nourishes me. Working with the lunar cycles.
That's what you've gone on to teach as well, isn't it? It's what you do now. It's how you help people get their energy back by aligning with nature.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's deeply nourishing. Yeah.
So it's deeply nourishing. Yes. So thank you, Sharon, for that. I think that's going to be really helpful for people to understand. There's nothing wrong with what we're calling the therapist model. No. It's a fantastic model if you have other streams of income, if you have other ways to take care of yourself. But if you're solely, if it's all on your shoulders, which it was for you.
Yeah, it was.
We kind of build ourselves a little bit of a monster almost, because we can't really step away from it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, and one thing that I just want to check with you, when you had that very successful on the outside practice, you were also earning quite good money, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I earned loads of money. I earned thousands and thousands and thousands. I was earning a lot of money, but I didn't know how to work with money. I had a very bad relationship with money. As soon as the money came in my hands, I could not get rid of it quick enough. I had I realize now, traumatic relationship with money based on my earlier story with money. So going through the program, I've learned to heal my relationship with money. And I now see money as a sacred gift, you know, and money is a sacred feminine power that I've learned through this process to really honor and work with in a very different way. And for us as healers to earn our money through our sacred work is, I feel, very important right now, you know, to redress the balance of how money works on the planet. That's how it feels to me. So my relationship with money is completely different now.
Yeah, thank you for just sharing that subtle but not so subtle shift in your life.
Yeah.
It's kind of subtle in the sense that a lot had to happen on the inside that wasn't necessarily visible to the outside. So you began with the Empowered Healer programs. You began with the Seed program. And so you worked your way through the sacred money archetype work. And your business is now much more mature. So how have the Empowered Healer programs over time helped you evolve your business?
The main way is to help me allow myself to receive the sacred energy of structure. When you look into the archetypes, I'm a connector, and I tend to avoid structure. I'm an alchemist. I'm very good at ideas and things, but I'm not very good at grounding them in or taking them forward. So I've needed to learn a step-by-step system for me to pour this source energy into. So it's helped me mostly through structure, and also through allowing myself to receive support from the group. Because we have a beautiful group where we can take our issues, we can take our problems, we can take our celebrations, we can take our story, and we can keep evolving within that safety of that beautiful group. So so that's how it's helped me the most. I couldn't have done this on my own. I've created an online program, and there's no way I could have done that on my own. No way at all. I wouldn't have known where to start. Really wouldn't. And now it's just like breathing. It's so easy. But it did take a lot to break. I've had to break through some blocks of resistance to get there, and I still do. They don't go away. But what I find with the process is we just keep going deeper and getting clearer on our message.
Yeah, absolutely. That our businesses are beautiful breathing structures, beings themselves that we work with. Thank you, Sharon. What beautiful fluency you have and clarity about how businesses work when we work with a feminine model, bringing back all that's been lost, all that's been squashed, all that's been taken away. And what I'm hearing, what I just want to say, having just receiving back the nourishment that you've just poured through your system to everybody that's listening, including me, is that all of this is alive and well in our bodies. The female body and the male bodies too, but particularly a female body has the wherewithal to just kind of know how to work with this. And we need to reawaken and re-honor and just allow this to feed and nourish us, which you are doing. So thank you so much, Sharon. Is there anything else that you would like to share with anybody that's listening?
Yeah, well, I'd just like to say thank you again for the chance to talk about this, and also for creating the group and the courses. And I would say, if anyone's thinking about doing this, if you're thinking about taking your business forward, just listen to your heart and allow yourself to be open to receive support. And I can't think of a better way of doing it than through this process personally. But that's just my opinion. But I would say listen to your heart and follow your heart. Follow your heart. Yeah, I would say
that's
that.
the only way, isn't it?
Yep, it's the only way.
The only way is to follow our hearts. So thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your journey and how you've allowed nature and the Empowered Healer programs to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.